All right, folks, we have AwesomeCon coming up. This upcoming weekend, we will be the 323 hosting a panel, Unfamily Friendly Geeky Family Feud, live at AwesomeCon, March 8th, Friday, March 8th, 9 p.m., room 207A at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. This imaging behind us of a very lost Totoro, who I love it. This is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite B-roll footage that we could have ever gotten.
I looked for him last year and I couldn't find him. I hope he didn't get swept up in that windstorm.
I hope not. That was rough. It was rough. It was like you could tell whoever it was struggling. But you know what? We're going to honor our time going into AwesomeCon. We want to give some content for the people who are going to be checking us out for the first time from there. And look, this is a sports show. It's a sports variety show. We talk about a lot of things on air. We talk about a lot of geeky shit off the air too. We love our superhero stuff. Regularly, Zahir Ali will be there. He is the host of the Animation Deliberation podcast, one of the best podcasts you can find to talk about anything anime or animated. Go check that out. We love anime. It's one thing that we really love. I don't. I might love it, but I need recommendations, and I want to hear from the master himself, from someone who got a nice tattoo last year to represent his love, and that is Scott Ellia of the 323 College Shame Day podcast on the 323 Network YouTube. Subscribe while you're here because you're watching it here. He's a big fan of Studio Ghibli. We're gonna say we're gonna say Ghibli. Studio Ghibli. And I want recommendations because I've always wanted to. When I worked at Target in the break room, there was a copy of Spirited Away that would just play endlessly. It got stuck in the DVD player one day, and it would just keep going and going and going. And I would see, I pretty much saw the whole movie in increments, but I enjoyed it, and I was like, you know what? I want to check this out and some more things. I've heard recommendations before, but I want the official top 5 here on the 323. So that's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to do the top 5 Studio Ghibli movies according to Scott Elliott.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the 323's top 5.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yeah. It's the top 5. And we don't even have the regular top 5 music behind us. We're going to put some really mellow Studio Ghibli music behind us to really thrive. Because it's beautiful music. I have some of my orchestral playlist. So it's something that keeps me interested, and now I want to hear from the guy himself, from the master, from the one who loves, Totoro flying away under us. Scott Ellia, what do you have? What's your love for Studio Ghibli like? Where did it come from? What went into this top 5?
Oh, a lot went into this top 5. Studio Ghibli's kind of it's been with me since about 2000 and probably about 2002. There was a movie that came out theatrically in the United States in the summer of 2002. That was kind of a big summer for me because that's kind of like when we moved down to Virginia. I didn't know a lot of people, so I kept seeing commercials for this movie coming out. It was an animation style and, a complete, type of content that I would never knew about, until I had seen it. And it looked really interesting, went and saw it, and I was hooked ever since. That movie will be on the list. I'm sure those listening can pick up on the context clues and the release date and kind of know what that movie is ahead of time. But before I get into that top 5, a couple OLIs that I have for you, starting with Castle in the Sky, movie about a young girl and boy as they go on like a really great adventure to find a legendary floating castle. But they're also being pursued by both pirates and the military. It's a really great adventure movie. The girls love it. And that's another reason why I really love Studio Ghibli movies, because with me being a father of 2 little girls, these are movies that they can enjoy as well. There are some scenes that can be kind of sketchy and can kind of be a little scary for the little one, but overall, they really love these types of movies. Another OLI, a movie, film called Only Yesterday. It's kind of a movie that really goes through and explores, nostalgia and looking back on someone's life, and self-reflection, while, on their childhood, while they're taking trips to the countryside. Won't kind of give too many details there. And the last OLI, this one I went into this with very low expectations, and it was competing with that 4 to 5 slot. I almost threw it in there, and that is Porco Rosso, movie about a skilled pilot who was cursed into the appearance of a pig, goes through his journeys and battles with air pirates during the World Wars. I would recommend that one as well. But
I'm curious, are most Studio Ghibli movies Miyazaki movies? Or are there
Hayao Miyazaki movies? Yeah, so he's the main director with many of these films. Now his son, they can kind of come in and out and film some. And there's some movies that aren't technically Studio Ghibli movies, but they're kind of lumped into the same category.
Okay.
But these are all the ones that I would recommend, especially for someone like you who really wants a good place to kind of start and kind of go from there. Coming in at number 5, it is The Wind Rises. It's a story about a young man who grew up and really wanted to become a aircraft and aeronautics kind of engineer and build planes. But he's kind of fighting between, his view of creating these aircrafts for, leisure and to enjoy them and for positive things. But the reality of war kind of surrounding them in World War II and having them being kind of killing machines, as they kind of put it in the movie. He's kind of having that internal struggle, and it is a love story with him and a female protagonist. Coming at number 4, Grave of the Fireflies. There's a common thread with a lot of Studio Ghibli movies, though. A lot of these are set during, World War II or during war times as well. This is another one. Kind of speaks about 2 siblings struggling to survive in Japan during World War II. Number 3, this is the movie that started everything. This is the movie that I have a very well-known character tattooed on my body somewhere. You're going to have to find out if you don't know where it's at. And that is Spirited Away. This is one movie that, just like how it would be playing in that Target break room, this movie is consistently on my house as background noise, as a comfort movie for myself. I like to throw it on and kind of do some stuff around the house, do some schoolwork, hang out with the girls, but follows a young girl as she, gets trapped in, kind of a mysterious world with different spirits, and kind of have to navigate through there to rescue her parents, who were turned into pigs. And that is one of the scenes that petrified the little one, seeing her parents being turned into pigs.
Was she wondering if that is that going to happen to you? We can tell her it will.
I mean, I'm not one to shy away from fear tactics as a parenting style. In talking about parenting styles, number 2 is My Neighbor Totoro. That is another movie that I watched really young, and it is another great story about 2 sisters who befriend, a forest spirit named Totoro. A lot of teeth, big teeth, whimsical movie. They got a bus made out of a cat. And just adjusting the lifestyle in the countryside, moving there with their dad while their mom is in the hospital fighting whatever sickness that she has. But that's another really great movie. The girls love that. Their room is decked out in Totoro swag. We consistently have to go to what they call the Totoro store in the mall, which is box lunch, to look at all the Totoro stuff. So that is number 2. But number 1 on this top 5, and it's going to be very difficult to overcome this, and that is Howl's Moving Castle. Another story of a young woman who is cursed and turned into an old lady who seeks refuge in a moving castle of Howl, and they go in a really great journey of self-discovery. And that is another movie that I'll put on late at night, whether I'm going to bed or have it kind of on the background during the day. But that is another really great film if I could recommend someone starting out for the first time.
I love it. I'm going to take all of these into consideration.
And there may or may not be a new addition to the tattoo at this point going to AwesomeCon, because the AwesomeCon has some really great booths for artwork and for little tchotchkes and for Funko Pops. But the greatest thing they have are tattoo booths. And you can go in there, you can sign up. Got one of No Face last year and looking to make an addition this year. And I will not tell you what it is.
And if you listen, we're going to launch a contest where the viewers can vote where the tattoo goes.
Yep. And it could be anywhere. You pick.
And then you'll see it on Patreon.
Yep. So be careful what you vote for. It's either going to go on Patreon or OnlyFans. So,
we should get an OnlyFans.
323 OnlyFans.
We'd thrive. I'm curious about The Boy and the Heron. Have you seen that one yet?
I have not. I have heard. I've asked people that I trust in not only the movie kind of realm, but especially ones of anime and Studio Ghibli and all these kind of movies as well. And I've heard kind of mixed reviews. I think with me and being a proponent against movie theaters, that's the main reason why I haven't gone to see it yet. I did finally decide to go see it 2 weekends ago when I was staying out of town and I had some time to myself for a little bit. I was like, oh, let me see if Boy and the Heron's playing. It's not even in theaters anymore, so now I gotta wait. I was like, well, AMC's not getting my money this time.
We're gonna have to go into a deep dive of top 5 Studio Ghibli voice acting roles too, because I've heard such great things about Robert Pattinson in The Boy and the Heron, even despite whatever other mixed reviews there are. His voice, I saw clips. I had no idea that was him or that he could do something like that. So that's pretty awesome. Good list. I'm gonna hold on to this whole list. I'm gonna check this out. I'm going to not only by the end of this, I will be into Studio Ghibli films and whatever Zoo's top 5 animes are that he recommends.
I keep looking at Totoro.